Nebraska, a name that drifts softly across the American map, wide and flat as the horizon that defines it. Cornfields ripple like green oceans, cattle graze under skies so enormous they seem to swallow sound itself. And the wind hums ancient songs through tall prairie grass. To many, it is a quiet state, unassuming, ordinary. But beneath that calm surface, beneath the soil hardened by sun and softened by riverbanks, stories sleep. Stories of blood, stories of greed, stories of gold. In the 1800s, Nebraska was not the silent farmland it appears to be today. It was a crossroads, a gateway to the west. Wagon wheels carved scars into the earth along the Oregon Trail, and families, hopeful, desperate, determined, risked everything for land, opportunity, and survival. Cowboys roamed the plains, buffalo thundered across the grasslands, and native tribes defended the land they had called home for generations. And somewhere between those collisions of destiny, treasure vanished. Buried in haste, hidden in fear, lost in drunken confusion, forgotten in death. Some say Nebraska hides more lost fortunes than people realize. Fortunes never recovered, cachets whispered about in saloons, silver coins that may still lie just inches beneath cattle pastures, gold that may glitter quietly beneath a farmer's boot. Tonight, we journey into that silence. We travel south of Llewellyn across the North Platte River. We stand inside the shadows of Ash Hollow. We creep toward Devil's Nest near the quiet community of Crafton. We descend into the darkness of Robber's Cave along the Missouri River near Macy. We walk the grounds of Fort Kearney. And finally, we stand where Buffalo Bill himself once staggered under a prairie moon, burying a fortune he would never find again. Nebraska does not shout its secrets, but if you listen closely, you might hear the clink of silver under your feet.
The Oregon Trail was not merely a road, it was a gamble. From the 1840s through the 1860s, thousands of emigrants passed through Nebraska, their wagons creaking under the weight of worldly possessions and fragile dreams. Ash Hollow, near the North Platte River just south of Llewellyn, became a vital stop. Fresh water flowed there, grass-fed livestock. It was a moment of relief in a brutal journey. But relief can turn to tragedy in an instant. According to legend, two emigrant families traveling along the trail carried valuables, coins, jewelry, heirlooms, perhaps small gold reserves hidden in their wagons. Like many pioneers, they distrusted banks. They carried their wealth with them. Then came the attack. The details blur with time. Some say it was a sudden raid. Others claim tensions had been building between settlers and local native tribes. What remains consistent is the outcome. Violence erupted near Ash Hollow. Gunfire cracked through the valley. Horses screamed, children cried, and in the chaos, the families buried their valuables near the site of the attack. Some accounts say they intended to return once danger passed. Others suggest they were killed before they could retrieve their hidden fortune. Either way, the treasure never resurfaced. Ash Hollow itself is a place of layered history. Today it stands as a historic site, but beneath its preserved trails and interpretive markers may lie coins untouched since the 1800s. The North Platte River continues to wind past, indifferent, eternal. Floods have come and gone. Erosion has shifted soil. What was once near a campsite could now rest under feet of sediment, or perhaps just inches below grass. Treasure hunters have searched, metal detectors have hummed in the twilight, shovels have pierced the earth in secrecy, and yet nothing definitive has emerged. But imagine this, two families kneeling under duress, hands trembling, burying their last security beneath the prairie. Dirt covering silver, fear sealing its location in memory. Then silence. Somewhere near Ash Hollow, that silence may still cradle their wealth. Say the name and the Old West wakes up. Jesse James, outlaw, folk hero, murderer, legend. Though most famously associated with Missouri, Kansas, and surrounding territories, tales of his movements stretch far wider. Nebraska was no stranger to his shadow. One story speaks of Devil's Nest near Crafton. Devil's Nest, a name that alone suggests mystery. Rugged terrain, caves and crevices, a natural hideaway for men who lived outside the law. In the post-Civil War years, bank robberies and train heists peppered the Midwest. Loot needed hiding places, temporary stashes, emergency reserves. According to local lore, Jesse James buried a portion of his stolen fortune in Nebraska soil. Devil's Nest was one such rumored location. Was he fleeing pursuit? Was it merely a stopping point between robberies? Did he intend to return and retrieve it? Or perhaps fate intervened? The terrain near Crafton is broken and wild compared to Nebraska's gentle farmland. It is easy to imagine an outlaw band slipping through, horses tied in hidden drawers, sacks of coin and paper currency lowered into hastily dug pits. There are even whispers of coded carvings in rocks, cryptic symbols that some believe mark buried caches. Treasure hunters have studied these alleged signs, searching for patterns in limestone outcroppings. But here's the truth. There is no documented evidence confirming Jesse James buried treasure in Nebraska. And yet, the legend persists. Why? Because the West was chaotic. Records were incomplete, outlaws operated in shadows, and many of Jesse James's associates traveled widely. Perhaps he did bury something. Perhaps Devil's Nest still cradles rusted revolvers and decomposed saddlebags filled with coins. Or perhaps the real treasure is the legend itself, an outlaw's ghost that refuses to fade from prairie memory. If Devil's Nest is mystery in stone, then Robber's Cave is mystery carved into earth. Near Macy, along the Missouri River, lies a cavern long associated with outlaws and hidden loot. The very name, Robber's Cave, suggests concealment. Stories claim Jesse James and his gang used caves throughout the Midwest as hideouts. While most documented associations place him elsewhere, Nebraska's Robber's Cave has long been tied to whispered tales of buried outlaw gold. The Missouri River has always been a corridor of movement: boats, traders, soldiers, thieves. It is plausible that criminals traveling north or south would utilize natural caves for temporary refuge. Was treasure buried inside the cave? Or perhaps outside, under a marked tree that no longer stands? Treasure hunters have crawled through darkness with lanterns. They have probed walls, scraped at soil, measured depths. Some believe hidden chambers remain undiscovered. Others argue that floods over decades could have shifted or concealed anything once hidden there. Imagine the scene: boot steps echoing in darkness, canvas sacks heavy with coin, the decision to hide wealth in a place no bank could reach, and then perhaps a death before retrieval. Robber's Cave remains an enduring enigma. Whether outlaw treasure rests within its shadows or not, it holds something equally powerful: anticipation, the sense that at any moment a shovel might strike metal. Fort Kearney once stood as a guardian of the trail. Travelers passed by in steady streams, soldiers maintained watch, and commerce flowed through the region. Buffalo hunters roamed the plains nearby, harvesting hides that fed a booming market. In one such tale, a buffalo hunter and a hide salesman traveled together, carrying roughly $800 in silver and gold coins, a significant sum in the 1800s. They buried the money near their campsite outside Fort Kearney, placing it carefully into a leather bag. It was meant to be temporary, a precaution. But they were being watched. 2 bandits had followed them. In the dead of night, violence erupted. The buffalo hunter was killed. The salesman's fate is less clear. Some say he fled, others say he too fell victim. What is certain is this: the money was never recovered. $800 in silver and gold coins in the 19th century could equate to tens of thousands today. Buried in leather, hidden near a campsite that likely shifted location in retellings over decades. Fort Kearney's grounds have changed. Buildings have come and gone. Farmland and preservation efforts overlap the area. But somewhere near where those men camped, coins may still rest.
Leather decays, metal endures. Perhaps beneath grass now grazed by cattle lies a leather bag long since dissolved, its contents scattered like metallic seeds in Nebraska soil. A murder, a betrayal, a fortune abandoned in fear. Few names resonate across the American West like Buffalo Bill. Scout, showman, soldier, entrepreneur. In 1869, he owned a ranch near North Platte known as Scout's Rest Ranch. The land sprawled under open sky, close enough to town yet distant enough for privacy. The legend says, one night, after too much whiskey, Buffalo Bill buried approximately $17,000 in cash somewhere on his property, or possibly between downtown North Platte and the ranch. $17,000! In 1869, that sum represented staggering wealth. And he forgot where he put it. Drunken confidence turned into sober confusion. Did he bury it near a fence line, under a cottonwood tree, beside a creek bed? Was it close to his home or somewhere between town and ranch? Buffalo Bill searched. He tried to remember, but memory is fragile and time is cruel. If true, that fortune has rested for over a century beneath North Platte soil. Urban development may have covered it. Roads may run over it, buildings may stand atop it, or it may still lie undisturbed on ranch land. Imagine the irony. A man famous for showmanship and daring, undone by a misplaced memory. North Platte continues to grow and change, yet somewhere beneath its sidewalks or fields may rest a forgotten cache that once passed through the hands of a legend. Nebraska may not glitter like California during the gold rush. It may not echo like Nevada's silver mines, but its soil holds stories just as compelling. Ash Hollow's emigrant valuables, Devil's Nest and Outlaw whispers, Robbers' Cave's shadowed chambers, the murdered buffalo hunter's buried coins, Buffalo Bill's drunkenly misplaced fortune. Are these legends true? Or are they the prairie's way of keeping history alive? Treasure hunting in Nebraska is not just about gold. It is about imagination. It is about standing where wagon wheels once rolled and asking, what lies beneath? It is about feeling the wind sweep across grass and wondering where the silver rests quietly below. Somewhere in Nebraska, perhaps only inches deep, a shovel could strike metal tomorrow, and the quiet state would speak again. Until then, the prairie waits, silent, patient, guarding its lost treasures beneath endless sky.